Planning a trip to Phuket but don't know where to start? Most travel advice about the island has people going to the same old overcrowded tourist hotspots and actually miss out on what makes the island really special. Luckily, I've spent months on the island, so I've managed to combine all of the best things to do into a 3-day trip. In this itinerary, I'll show you the best boat trips to take from the island, the most important cultural landmarks, as well as the best nightlife and street food spots. This is the only Phuket itinerary you'll ever need because it can easily be spread out over a week or more. One of the coolest things to do in Thailand is hop on a boat to explore secluded islands. And Phuket is home to some of the best boat trips in the country. The mistake most people make is trying to visit one of the most famous groups of islands as a day trip. The PP Islands are definitely worth visiting, but visiting from Phuket means you have to endure long travel times in a noisy speedboat, which leaves you with less time to explore each location that you'll visit on the trip. Luckily though, there are plenty more boat options that you can take that are much closer and just as stunning. The first boat trip that you can take will take you to some beautiful tropical islands. It can be done in a half day and has short travel time, so it's perfect for families with young kids or people who get seasick easily. Depending on your budget, you can easily do it for cheap in a group tour on a speedboat, or you can rent a private yacht to take you. The first stop is to one of the best snorkeling spots in the country. This is your chance to swim with clownfish, parrotfish, butterfly fish, and a whole lot of other fish that I don't quite know the name of. It'll then drop you off to explore the secluded Ratcha Island. This is home to some beautiful beaches, and because it's not on the main island, the waters are crystal clear here. Not much construction has taken place on the island, so it truly feels like a desert island. The final stop of boat trip 1 will take you to another stunning island that is a little bigger. Again, the beaches are stunning here, but this one does have a small bar and restaurant on it, so you can soak up the sun with a few beers. What fascinates me about this island is that it's inhabited by great hornbill birds, which are stunning birds native to Southeast Asia. The name of this island is Coral Island, and this trip is usually referred to as the Ratcha Island or Raya Island boat trip. But there is one boat trip that will take you to one of the most unique and fascinating places in the whole of Thailand. This trip is known for its dramatic limestone cliffs, emerald green waters, and its hidden caves. This trip is home to Koh Phanyi, a Muslim fishing village built on stilts over the water. The people here are known as the Sea Gypsies of Thailand, and they've been featured in a number of different travel documentaries about the country. The village is famous for its seafood restaurants and the floating football pitch created by local children. You can also explore the nearby mangrove forests, which are home to monkeys, birds, and fish. Your tour might take you through these winding rivers, but you can also explore it more peacefully in a canoe. Many of the islands in the bay have sea caves that can only be accessed by kayaking. Inside these caves, you'll find some hidden lagoons to explore. But the most iconic landmark has to be Koh Tao, better known as James Bond Island, because it was featured in the 1974 movie The Man with a Golden Gun, and has been known as that ever since. This trip is usually called the James Bond Island Tour, and the area is known as Phang Nga Bay. This is the more adventurous tour and takes a full day to explore. After a full day exploring, it's time to enjoy a couple of beers. Phuket is home to one of the wildest nightlife spots in the whole of Thailand. It's part bar scene, part red light district, and part freak show. For some people, this is what they came to Thailand for. A few might be put off by it, but most people are going to be at least a little bit intrigued by the whole thing. The street lies just off Patong Beach, which is one of the more popular places to stay on the island. The main strip is filled with bars and nightclubs. As you head off the strip, you'll find the seedier parts of Thai nightlife like go-go bars and ping pong shows. This is Bangla Road, and it's Thailand at its wildest and most intense. Phuket is home to some of Thailand's most important cultural landmarks. On a day 2, you're going to visit the island's most important Buddhist monument, eat the best street food in southern Thailand, and drink Phuket's best cocktails. After a night of sin and debauchery on Bangla Road, it's time to repent. And what better way than by starting your day with a climb to the highest point of the island, to Phuket's most iconic landmark. You'll need to wake up early to avoid the Thai heat. Starting from Kata Beach, you'll watch the sun rise over the island before walking through Kata Town and following the signposts up the hill. Funnily enough, the name of this hill is Knackered Hill, and you most certainly will be knackered by the end of it. The climb takes about an hour to an hour and a half to complete. At the top, you'll be greeted by both monks and monkeys, so you might want to bring a few bananas to feed them. The monkeys, not the monks, I mean. Sitting at the top of the hill is Phuket's Big Buddha, one of the most important and iconic statues in Thailand. This statue is 45 meters tall and sits at over 400 meters above sea level, meaning you have stunning views of the island below. After the hike, you're going to be pretty hungry though. Luckily, Phuket has the best street food scene in southern Thailand. But where is the best place to eat on the island? Well, there's one place that stands out above everything else, and it's famous for its Michelin-starred street food stands, unbelievable dessert shops, and its beautifully decorated streets. The first thing you'll notice walking around here is that the houses have been painted in blues, greens, yellows, and pinks. These aren't your traditional Thai-style buildings. This area was originally founded by Portuguese explorers who were the first Europeans to reach Southeast Asia. The area is known as Phuket Old Town, and it's famous for its mix of European and Asian architectural styles, as you can see European colonial buildings right next door to Chinese-style temples. But you didn't just come here to look at buildings though, it's time to eat. This area has the highest concentration of Michelin-guided street food stands anywhere in Thailand outside of Bangkok. One of the most famous spots is Roti Tao Nam, which serves roti breads alongside Thai curries. There are also a number of noodle stands for you to try too. But it's not just Thai food this area is known for. The Old Town is home to some of the best dessert restaurants anywhere I've ever seen. Some of the cafes specialize in making their own chocolates, and Tori's Ice Cream is a boutique ice cream shop in an old colonial building. But for the nightlife on day 2, we're going to look at some of the classier options for a night out in Phuket. There's much more to this island's nightlife than ping pong shows and go-go bars. The Old Town itself has a number of live music bars as well as cocktails and whiskey bars, so you could even hang around here for the evening. But if you want to try the best cocktails in Thailand, you'll have to venture a little outside the Old Town. In fact, the alcohol itself is made right here at this rum distillery. Set in the middle of the island, Chalon Bay is a French-owned distillery that produces rum, gin, and vodka. The distillery itself is a beautiful venue, and in fact, I liked it so much that I actually had my wedding reception here. The boozy is so good, you'll probably end up leaving with a few bottles too. This is a much classier alternative to Bangla Road. But in Phuket, there's nothing quite like having a few beers to watch the sun go down over the ocean. But where are the best sunset bars on the island? Well, there's one group of bars and restaurants towards the southern tip of the island. They sit atop a cliff, so they have stunning views of the beaches and waters below. My favorite is Sabai Corner, which has delicious food, but all of these bars and restaurants are located near Karon Viewpoint. Phuket is the best place in southern Thailand to see Thailand's national animal, the elephant. However, the island is known for questionable practices related to animal welfare. So where can you ethically see and interact with elephants? Well, there are a few sanctuaries that are known to carefully look after their animals. A tour of these sanctuaries starts by learning about the animals from your guide, who works with the animal carers. You'll then be given a basket full of bananas and other fruits, and you'll be able to feed the elephants yourselves. And they'll be pretty hungry by the time you get there. Next up, it's bath time, and you'll get to bathe the elephants in a pool. Because Thailand is so hot, elephants like to cool themselves down by splashing themselves with mud, and you'll get to help them out by covering their bodies too. Make sure you don't dress up too much because you're going to get dirty. Afterwards, you'll need to scrub them down by giving them a shower. This works as a kind of massage for the elephant, and it's good for their skin. The two sanctuaries that I recommend visiting are Green Elephant Sanctuary and Phuket Elephant Sanctuary. These half-day tours cost around 2,500 baht per person, and you can find a link where to book them below. One problem that some people have with Phuket is that some of its main beaches like Patong, Karon or Kata do sometimes get overcrowded. So in the afternoon, you're going to head to some of the best and most secluded beaches on the island, and you don't even have to travel that far to get to them. Just a short boat or scooter ride away from Patong is an excellent snorkeling spot with coral reefs just off the beach. You can rent snorkels or kayaks to explore the hidden coves. This is Paradise Beach, and it's much smaller than its neighbor Patong, but does have an excellent bar and restaurant to chill out in. But if you really want an adventure, you need to head to the next beach. To get there, you'll need to hop on a long-tail boat or hike down the beach. In fact, the journey getting to this beach is part of the experience. This is one of the only beaches on the island that hasn't been developed for tourism, so you won't find any hotels or restaurants here. This is called Freedom Beach, and it's a lot of people's favorite beach on the island. But if you are truly looking for the best beach to visit in Thailand, you're going to have to travel a little further. Check out this 3-day itinerary for the nearby Krabi to find out what that beach is and how to explore it.